Hey, and welcome to my stream again. Konnichiwa. And today I want, yeah, first of all, thank you for being with me on my stream and on my videos, VODs. I'm back from my trip to Japan, and this will be like the major thing I want to tell you about today. And yeah, on the side, I will create this creature here from Kaiju number 8 series. It's big in Japan right now. You see the figurines everywhere and posters. And I thought like, it fits pretty good into my concept here on my stream. I'm creating like a mixture between yeah, like many practices of creature design, creature 3D sculpting, and of course I want to do some stylized things again. So this creature is pretty good for this practice. Welcome, Kimi and Violet. Oh, there is some music playing, I think. Nope, wrong. Um, yeah, Violet, welcome. Yeah, my trip ended yesterday, and we got like a delay in flight. We originally we wanted to be on Sunday home, so I can create a stream for you guys on Monday, like always, but plans went like in the wrong direction, and we came yesterday home, and we spent about, I don't know, like 30 hours in coming here home. Like it took from Tokyo to Germany about 30 hours or so. Yeah, anyway, um, our trip to Tokyo between or to Japan, and we spent about 3 weeks there, was actually awesome. So I really recommend to go there if you can. Not because of like nerd culture, like anime culture and this stuff. I'm not a huge anime fan. I like some anime like series or uh, movies, but not everything. But I enjoy like sci-fi things, like or mixture between, yeah, like horror things like here and sci-fi. I enjoy a lot. Like Ghost in the Shell and this stuff I like a lot. But just because I saw it as a kid or as a teenager, and it's like more a nostalgia thing, I wanted to buy something from Ghost in the Shell, but actually the Japanese people, I think they are not this nostalgic, because I didn't find anything from Ghost in the Shell. I think they like more like new things to experience, like new characters, new stories, and this stuff. They are not this nostalgic about yeah, old 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 stuff. I noticed he has a huge mouth, and I want to have it on my character as well. So I slice him right there. So I have like three parts, and now I can open the mouth a little bit easier. And yeah, if you have some experience with Japan, please don't hesitate to share with me. Of course, after 3 weeks of not working, I hope I remember everything, like the buttons and the stuff. So maybe I will progress a little bit slower. And yeah, if you want to know something about Japan, about my experience with country and maybe culture, don't hesitate to ask, or I will just tell you my point of view. Of course, I'm not a expert regarding Japan. It was my first flight to Asia in general, but I can say that I would like to visit Japan a second time because, yeah, I liked it. We enjoyed it a lot. Let me see. I do the same thing like I did on other characters. I separate the horns. I do them like separately. Of course, uh, it's a 2D design and I have to like translate it to 3D. So it's yeah, it's a developing process. So let me see how we can translate things from 2D to 3D. So it works actually. Yeah, what else happened? I hope I will have this week or maybe next week a new project. Uh, and yeah, like I said, I'm pretty slow right now because no practice for 3 weeks. It doesn't sound a lot, but it is actually a lot. And of course, jet lag. I'm still pretty tired actually. So yeah, what I can tell about Japan, why I liked it a lot, is actually uh, the the people actually. Mostly you hear like, oh, Japanese are more stiff or more serious or whatever. Actually, it's not true. Uh, Japanese people are very open and very friendly. And if you hear like it's nearly not like possible to get in touch with Japanese people, actually, it's not true. This is what I experienced on my trip, that to get in touch with Japanese people is easier than maybe some people think. I mean, we had a lot of like we had a lot of situations where we couldn't find like the direction, like the bus or the metro station, and we asked, and many people were very open. And sometimes we had a chat with them, and they asked like, "Oh, where are you from?" And yeah, you can get in touch with Japanese people pretty easy actually. They are very interested and very open. So do not hear like I said, I heard a lot like, oh, Japanese people are not open for new people, and of course, yeah, they are maybe less experienced with other cultures. I don't know, but they are very open for chatting when they have time, of course, they are very busy working, but actually in Germany, it's the same thing. People are very busy and do not chat like every day or always with you. Let me see. This should be more like a it's a mixture between several like facial features. It's like a skull, but the jaw is actually not built like a skull jaw. So yeah, you have to develop these things. And mosquitoes have bitten me, so I'm sorry when I'm always itching. It's I was like bitten a lot by mosquitoes. Um, Especially on my last day. Yeah, Violet, thank you for watching here. Like I said, do not do not judge the work on the first like minutes. Yeah, like I said, I didn't work for 3 weeks, and I have to uh, come in like practice again. I try to match. Right now, I have some like facial features which I can orient myself on, and I try to match the perspective. Of course, it's a 2D drawing, and it's not easy like to match a perspective there, but I try. And my next project will be like a similar thing like here. I will be developing a 3D figurine or a 3D character from a 2D character or from a 2D drawing. And yeah, it's a good practice for my next project as well. Yeah, what else? Let me realign this perspective. And yeah, of course, you're welcome to like and subscribe to my channel. So when you get like a notification like, hey, there is a new live stream or whatever, then you can watch. I always hit the wrong key here. Like I said, practice is like there. And Sora is on the stream. Like I said, it's a development process because yeah, and like how does the top head work actually? This is a like manga drawing, and of course, you have no, or I have no idea how the top head is working there. Okay, so it's a little bit more unclear. So yeah, it's actually a normal normal process that you have. Try things out, and yeah, try if this works or not in 3D. This is why this job is actually called 3D design, because we are designing a 3D character from a 2D drawing. And if you like to learn more from me, then of course you can visit my Patreon there, and I have some courses there. I have some other images on the site, so don't. So I have like a side view from which Sora is asking from which anime is this image, and actually it's an anime that's going like it's becoming or going viral right now in Japan. It's Kaiju number 8, and I think you can watch it on Netflix. I will have a look there. Looks pretty cool actually. Yeah, and like I said, I like the mixture between monsters and sci-fi. And I think I will give it a try as well. So you see these figurines everywhere right now in Tokyo and so on. Yeah, it catched my eye actually. I thought about like, should I buy a figurine, like an action figure from this Kaiju number 8? But I hadn't no space in my luggage anymore. Because we were yeah, buying a lot of, or some presents for friends and family, and I bought in Japan. I bought art books from Princess Mononoke. I love this movie. And I saw these art books, and I really recommend to buy. Of course, it's all in Japanese. I have to translate it with Google Translate, but it's no problem actually. And you see like the movie, how it was made, how the action was made. Actually, they used 3D already here for some animations, especially for the creature animations. And I love this book. I found it on a little book bookstore, and the other one is Spirited Way art book. It's actually the same book. Like they tell about yeah, the concepts and this stuff. And here you can learn a lot about concept art. Actually, how concept art is made. Like concept art is not anime. It's not manga. A concept art fulfills a specific like reason or purpose. With concept art, you communicate with the 3D artist or with the animation artist how you like the character to be in 3D, in 3 dimensions, and it's very, very important. So when you consider like being a concept artist, then buy and learn from art books. Uh, yeah, we spent in Japan like 3 weeks in Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, and Okinawa. Yeah, and spent some very very nice time there. And like I said, I would visit Japan again. Something is not working here. Let me watch. Yeah, like this. Okay. Like I said, it's always it looks always like uh, not appealing at the beginning. Don't worry, it will be better. I hope it will be better. And yeah, like I said, I didn't work for 3 weeks, so I have to practice as well. So don't worry when you forget things like buttons and this stuff. You have to practice again, and it's a absolute normal thing. And I build a base mesh first, like always. I try to build a base mesh first before before working on details or the anatomy. I combine these together and build just a like this shoulder portion here, like this, so to have some volume there. By the way, I had a challenge. I asked you to get to make a challenge where I wanted to like tell you if you can be a self-taught artist. I told it already on other streams, so please revisit them. And it's still like uh, it's still like ongoing. This challenge is still active. Like, um, yeah, you still can do the challenge, and I can tell you if you can be a self-taught artist. Actually, no one contacted me. Uh, Still, no one contacted me regarding this challenge, but I hope to hear someday from someone, hey, I did this challenge and I want to hear from you. Like, can I be a self-taught artist or not? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please watch my other streams. Let me see. Violet has a question, I think. Um, yeah, you want to know where to start to learn more like ZBrush because you want to enter the ZBrush thing, like the ZBrush world. Um, Actually, I hear it a lot that people want to learn. Um, Many people are not able. Like I said, I'm mentioning in other streams. I was mentioning a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself and be part in this challenge, sorry, then I recommend to watch other streams, like one or two streams before, and do this challenge, and then maybe I can. When you did the challenge, you can contact me, and then I can tell you if you can be a self-taught artist. But if you want just to know, like, hey dude, I wanted just to know where to start. Actually, you start with anatomy. This is your first thing to do to start sculpting. But actually, anatomy is not everything. Actually, you have to learn to be an artist first. First, you have to learn to be an artist. Yeah, it's Monster Silver is saying, yeah, it's from Kaiju number 8. You can watch this anime, I think on Disney Plus and Netflix. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's the new thing in Japan right now. And it looks actually pretty fun. It's a mixture between sci-fi and monster, like yeah, kaiju monsters thing. And yeah, I enjoyed like the design of this character here when I was watching for some figurines and some books and the stuff. I wanted to have like a art book from Ghost in the Shell or so. I didn't find one, unfortunately, but maybe next time. Because yeah, I think I will visit Japan again. I'm definitely planning it. I don't know when. And yeah, it's pretty challenging to get a like a it's not a concept actually. It's a drawing or it's a screenshot from the movie or from the series. It's pretty challenging to translate 2D to 3D actually, because yeah, actually you have no information about depth. That's why it's really challenging. So I do not recommend to do it when you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Please learn more the anatomy, like realistic anatomy first, and then watch for stylized things like here. I recommend to do first realistic stuff. Maybe it's how it's called, counterintuitive to do realistic stuff first, because we always tend to think that realistic is or stylized is easier, but it's actually not true. I think, to my opinion, stylized is harder to do because you have to, yeah, like have to You have to learn form and art fundamentals first before you can actually sculpt this thing in 3D. Unfortunately, I cannot read Cyrillic language signs. So uh, please write in English if you want, like, if you have something to say or if you have a comment or a question. Of course, I cannot read Cyrillic. Um, yeah, Cyrillic language. Yeah, like first thing to figure out is how to attach these horns to the skull, because yeah, how does it work here? This is like this portion here about above the eyebrows. I have another view on this character from the side, so it's like, yeah, like always in 2D, you draw it like you need it, but 3D doesn't work like this. You have to do it like either this way, like does it sit here or whatever. So you have to figure out what looks better. Maybe like this, because these horns are going like, I think, a little bit like to the front, and this part is coming like more to the front. Yeah, and this development process can take a lot of time, especially when you're working on a product. I mean, on a printing product like a figurine here or whatever. This can take uh, even several months to develop a product like this. And like I said, I will be involved in a project like this. I mean, in a um, development project like this on my next project. And yeah, what to learn first is actually anatomy and art fundamentals. I tell it a lot to my students. I'm teaching live in a school, and of course on my Patreon. Learn art fundamentals. Of course, it's not for everybody. Like my style of teaching is not for everybody. Many people think like, oh, why do I learn art fundamentals? I want just to sculpt, but it's actually not true that you just sculpt. You have to be able to translate form, like line art here, to form art like here in 3D. Okay, so it's very, very important to be able to yeah, to translate line art to form, to 3D form. And not everybody is able to do it. And of course, be patient with your development, because development is actually slow. I think I like this overall form here. Like this, and I add some teeth. And yeah, give this anime a try. I think it's really, really fun. And I think there is some action going on. And of course, like cultural things from Japan. I think Japanese anime is pretty cool because they add a lot of like cultural things in their movies, like food and mostly the anime, Japanese anime, take place in Japan actually. So yeah, I think this is something really what is really really appealing on about Japanese anime because it has a lot of cultural things in it. It's not easy to talk and work at the same time. Actually, I wanted to tell you a lot of things. I was thinking about oh, I want to tell these things and these things about Japan, about my trip. Maybe you already have been in Japan, and maybe you can tell even more than I can do. Um, yeah, like I said, it was my first time in Japan, and I enjoyed it a lot. And actually, for developing as a 3D artist or as an artist in general, I really recommend to travel a lot because you get a lot of like impressions or yeah, like impressions from other cultures, which is as a artist, it's very very important for us to get some kind of inspiration, some kind of like I'm not talking about inspiration like for a concept artist. Let me see. Uh, where's the button there? Like a concept artist. I mean, just a refresh, like in your head, uh, to see things like a new way. I hope this makes sense for you. Oh, let me save. Yeah, I hope this makes sense for you. What I mean is actually you get a lot of new ideas regarding. I mean, when you travel a lot, you get new ideas. You get new like uh, And I do not mean that you have to travel to other countries. If you cannot afford it, you can travel in your own country, which I do a lot here in Germany as well. Uh, so I travel a lot around Germany as well. I don't know uh, if the teeth are too big or whatever. I'm just placing right now. I'm just placing form there, and later I will develop like doesn't make sense or does it make sense or not, or do I have to do them a little bit smaller, whatever or whatever. So normally I stream on Mondays, but today, I mean, yesterday I couldn't stream because I was in Copenhagen on my flight back to, home. I think so far this works. Let me add some eyes there. I know that he has, of course, like these holes in, yeah, in the like just the eye socket, and there is just a little eye there. But I think the when you want to print this like character as a action figurine, then you have to place still place a eyeball there. This is what I would do actually. Because first thing, you can correct the eye socket a little bit better. So it makes more sense like this. And yeah, development of printing models can take months. So don't think that this is a quick process. It takes a lot of time to develop printing models like this. Yeah, so when you like the person who wrote in Cyrillic, please write in English so I can read your comment. So now I can when this character is in a specific stage, I can add some hard edges to to indicate the stylization, or what how should I call it? Like you know what I mean. I mean, this form here shouldn't be like just round, just smooth. It should be more like edgy. So it looks more like from games like Overwatch or whatever. This is something I always tend to do. Like I watch for a look, for an Overwatch look, or for a how it's called, Fortnite look. I think as a stylus character, this works a bit better. I mean, the best. These looks work the best right now. I mean, right now in the 3D environment. I mean, in the um, stylization character environment. This is like the standard. Customers are always asking for, hey, can you do characters like Overwatch? This is like a thing that customers want to have. So I developed this character in this direction as well. Mm. I think the eye socket is a little bit too big. So I think like this should be enough. And yeah, Ahmad Ali, I think you've been on other streams again as well. So welcome back to my new episode of my live streams. I had a break of 3 weeks traveling around Japan, and yeah, experiencing a complete new culture actually, because Japan is cultural wise completely different from Europe or USA. And yeah, it was a very, very uh yeah, good experience to make this experience like And here again, I watch for, does he need this cheekbone here or not? I mean, do I want to develop him more towards like a real skull? Or do I want to stylize even more, or like take away this skull look a little bit more? So let me watch. If this works a little bit better. Of course I could like do it like I want. Of course I could like do it like, I don't know, I'm always watching by for on projects like this. Even if this is a more free project, I watch always for like, could I, is it something that appeals to a like real customer? Is this something that a customer would buy or buy this service from me? So do not just do it like you want. Do it like this appeals to a customer. If you are customer oriented, of course you can be like a art oriented sculptor or artist. Then you can do it like you want. But when you are more oriented like towards a customer, um, then maybe doing things like you want is not the best way. Do it like the customer in your head. Uh, I hope you get what I mean. Groza Daddy is on the stream. Hi, yeah, welcome. I'm doing this character here from Kaiju number 8, and I didn't watch the anime right now, but I will definitely give it a try. And now I want to work out the teeth a little bit more. And for this, I need more resolution. Okay. I I have another image here from the character, and actually his neck is like built like from a dragon or whatever. Um, please get a lot of references, as much references as you can here on characters when you yeah work on them. He has a huge neck like this. And I think this should be a little bit smaller. And there are spikes coming out like this. So let me figure out how this can work in 3D actually. So yeah, we are still trying to develop this character. some kind like for printing. I worked a lot on printing models. That's why I'm less working on um, developing this character towards a like game character. I'm working more for 3D print. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it that you learned from me. So when you learn from me, please like and subscribe and do the whole like social media thing. This helps me a lot with yeah, like to get more attention and maybe bring this knowledge to people who cannot yeah, who cannot afford uh, education, so they can learn from me from my free to YouTube. Yeah, it's not tutorials. I do not call it. Of course, on my videos there is a sub like I write this is a tutorial. Of course, it's less than a tutorial. I know it, but yeah, it depends. Of course, how you learn and this stuff. If this is a tutorial for you or not. I'm not explaining like, oh, this is a neck muscle and whatever. This is something you have to learn on your own. But I try to educate as much as I can through like visuals. Like I show things and you learn from watching. And yeah, like I said, please like and subscribe so other people in other countries in the world can watch my videos and learn from me as well, especially people who cannot afford education. Let me see, like, I think it's too much here. I would need to create like a full body for this character. Right now I want to focus on more on a face. Yeah, like this should be enough. Um, And yeah, back to Japan. Actually, I really enjoyed like the Japanese people are very, very helpful when you are like when you are lost, which happens a lot, especially not in Tokyo, but in Okinawa we got lost a lot, but in Tokyo as well. And there are many people who came to us and told like, "Hey, do you need help?" Because they saw us that we have no idea where to go. So yeah, and which I really liked was like they when someone is asking you, "Do you need help?" And you tell like, "Yeah, of course." Then this person is like going with you through like we had a situation, we didn't find our bus and this guy came to us and asked, do you need help? And we are like, oh yeah, we need some help. And he was like, okay, come with me. And he went with us through the station and like showed us the right spot where to go. So this is something you do not get in other countries. Absolutely not. Especially like, or not especially, I mean, even in Germany, you do not get people who are like, this helpful. They say like just walk there, and this is it. But in Japan, they walk with you and show you like here is this spot. This is something I really appreciated, especially when you are a tourist and have no idea where to go. This is very helpful, and I liked it a lot. Yeah, because actually, mostly you hear like, oh, Japanese people are more like, yeah, like already told uh, more held back and whatever, and more like do not like foreigners. I mean, people like from other countries, and it's not actually not true. This is what I wanted to say. They are very open, very friendly, and yeah, and actually you can get in touch with Japanese people pretty easily, actually. So mm, do not do not think that when you visit Japan, then you are on your own and no one wants you there. Like they do not like uh, foreign people. It's not true. Of course, there are like cultural differences and like differences in language. Of course, it's not easy for a Japanese person to learn English or so, but yeah, when they speak a little bit English, they are very open to have a chat actually. So you can ask whatever you want, like, hey, where are you from? What do you do? And whatever. Let me add some detail to the teeth here. Like this. So I can actually add some detail here. I think, I don't know, on many images he has no lips. And on some images he has some kind of lips there. So I will find, or I will try to find like a mixture between lips and no lips. And yeah, today's episode is pretty special because I'm very tired actually. But I had to write a lot of emails to my customer, and I didn't like have a lot of free time between flight home and work. So I'm sorry when this episode is a little bit like more uh, when it's a little bit slower. Yeah, I think I like it like this. So he has no lips, and the teeth are sticking out like from his skull. Some kind like this. Of course, he is missing these details here, like these cracks. They come into place like at the final stage, I would say. Okay, Vinayak Shuggle? Good evening. Yeah, thank you. You too. Uh, I'm just practicing and sculpting. Like, I will have a project soon, and this is like a practice to come like from uh like a warm up. Can you please share your UI? Yes, I can. Let me let me watch because you can find my UI on Patreon. Let me find it for you. Oh yeah, here it is. I posted just there. On my Patreon, you find this UI here. Actually, my UI is nothing special. I gathered some like functions there, what I use like frequently. Okay, so don't hesitate to change it. You can change it when you enable like this button here, enable customization, and then you can remove buttons or add buttons and store the configuration here. Yeah, and I gathered like all the functions I frequently use. Of course, not everything because I'm lazy to do it for everything, but the most functions I need, I find here. Maybe there are functions you need. Like I said, you can add your own. Let me see. The lower jaw is if it's a little bit too big, or I think this is sticking a little bit too much out. And of course, these teeth are not fitting the holes, but it's just it's right now it's a like try and error, like a development. And my most favorite question is again on the stream on the chat. How do you import the background image, please watch my other streams. I already told it or already showed it how to import the background image. I showed it like sometimes already. I get asked a lot about this. Please watch my other streams. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know if my UI actually helps you or maybe confuses you. So let me try to explain like split and merge. I tried to get these buttons into categories. Some categories do not work, like split and merge, like splitting and merging geometry together or whatever. Then some tools like group loops. I do not use them a lot, but sometimes. Um, Best functions here are like Dynamesh, ZRemesh, close holes, mirror and weld, inflate. I love this function here a lot to build like volume. Let me see which stream it was. I think it was this sci-fi soldier. Let me see. So when you go to, can I share it like this? I think so. I can share it like this. Yeah, when you go to my channel, of course, you can visit my live stream uh, panel here. And I think you'll find it here on the Cypher Soldier stream I did. And I show, and there I show how to implement the background into ZBrush. So yeah, visit my channel and watch for the live panel. And there you find my live streams. And of course, you help me a lot when you binge watch them through from like the first one to the last one. And yeah, you can watch them like they are some kind of building on top of each other. Not exactly, but some functions like the background image, you see this function in earlier streams. And of course, on my Patreon, you find a lot like courses, and there I explain in these courses I explain like fundamentals and of course special functions like I'm not using a lot special things, pretty much basic things, because to my opinion, too many people are depending on too much like special, like how to do hard surface stuff, or I don't know how to um, yeah, what I wanted to say is too many people are depending too much on special functions on ZBrush or Blender, but you have to be able to do things with the like basic functions. I think this works so far as a like when you are working with a client, then you would like show him this outcome like after 1 hour of work. You can send the client a whip image or a model like this and ask, of course, hey, do you like it or not? So this could work with a client. I have an image where some details more are like applied to his face. But I think I stick with it like this for now. Open the mouth a little bit more. And maybe split. Here you have like split hidden. I think the lower jaw is a little bit too wide. So I try to get it a little bit more in like this. I know on the like on the anime character the jaw is yeah pretty much wide is pretty wide and the teeth are going like here. It's not easy to translate this concept into 3D. Some kind of like this, and he needs a tongue. And here you can inflate. This is what I like about this. Yeah, you can actually implement buttons or sliders you need or you use often and use them frequently. Of course, for a game or for a animation, you would not implement like eyeballs there. But actually, you have to decide it with your customer if he needs like eyeballs or whatever. Uh, how does it work actually in 3D? For a game, you can just like paint it black here and just implement an VFX eye there. But for 3D print, this of course doesn't work. You have to implement like an eyeball or whatever there. Okay, and now the neck. For the neck, I saw some other images. You you do not have a like a clear view on many things on this character. Like how does the neck work? I think I think like this. He has like some tiles, like a dragon there, and like let me see if I find another image. Neck muscles and of course the clavicles here. They are very, very prominent on this character. You see it there. Like he has a skeleton that is visible from the outside. And I think the neck could be a little bit bigger, longer, like this. Uh, Elemino is asking if ZBrush supports some kind of um, emissive shader, and I don't know what you try to do, but when you want to like have a light source, then of course not, because yeah, ZBrush is not working like this. ZBrush is working through like lights you are um, using here. Okay, so here is a light system, and you have just these lights, and these do not work like real lights in 3D. Emissive material is not, yeah, you have this flat color material. It's some kind of emissive or non, yeah, like flat color actually, but it's not working like you can have a light source or whatever. If you want to do this kind of renderings, maybe ZBrush is not the best choice. Um, yeah, for rendering, I use other programs like Blender, or you can use Keyshot if you want. Yeah, it depends, of course, what you want to do. If I hope I could answer your question, like with the emissive material. If you want, yeah, like I said, if you want to use it as a light source, then not. But you have like lights here on the lights panel here. Ah, okay. You're asking about the blue eye because it's like glowing. Um, actually, actually, like I said, I would render it in Blender. I would paint the blue eye here in ZBrush, but rendering it with a emissive material in Blender, then you can add a glow to it, and then it looks like this. So this effect, you cannot do it actually in ZBrush. You have to fake it in Photoshop or whatever. But you cannot render this character like this in ZBrush. Of course, you have on the rendering panel here, you have these BPR filters. There you can add a glow effect. So it's yeah, you have to use these shaders here, and you can add here like a glow effect. But yeah, it's not the best solution actually. I would use another rendering software like yeah, like Blender or even Maya or whatever you want to use. It's actually better for real rendering, character rendering. Um, Vaniac is asking, for stylized characters, should I learn the real life anatomy first, or can I directly sculpt the stylized character? I recommend to my students always learn the real thing first, because actually behind this stylized face or character, there is a lot of real anatomy behind it. I always recommend to learn real anatomy first, because to my opinion, stylization is harder to do than a real, like realistic graphics. Of course, it's like I said, it's counterintuitive because mostly we tend to think it's harder to like replicate the reality, to do real things like in drawing. When you try to draw like a real thing, it's harder to do than paint or like draw a stylized thing. But do not think in these categories. when you do like client work, then you have to develop things on your own. Like I do here. This is not a client thing, but it could be. And when you want to like, when your client comes with his anime or manga character and says like, hey, I would like to have a printing model from this character, then you have to develop it. And um, yeah, and to develop it, you have to have an idea what is behind this, like how does it work actually? How does it work in real life? Because you have a 3D object. Okay, so let me see. Mm. This model is maybe not. This model is maybe not. Yeah, like the stylization example. What you actually need. But yeah, like I said, when you have a customer comes to you and says like, I want this is like from a like fan art, like made from a fan art. Um, and maybe a customer comes to you and like and says like, hey, I want this 2D art as a 3D printing model or a gaming model or whatever. Then you have to develop it. And like I said, behind behind this face there or here the shoulders or whatever, there is a real anatomy. Okay, so you have to learn real anatomy. The same thing, like, let me show you here my art book I bought in Japan, like these character panels here. Okay, you see like there is a character. It's a character that was developed like for this movie. Okay, and there is no example for this anywhere in the world, and you have to be able, or you have to like watch how does the real thing, the real world um work, and then abstract it to a stylized character. Because yeah, stylization, I told it already in my Patreon. I tell you it's not a secret actually. But I told it on Patreon a lot, that stylization is a process of simplification. Okay, so simplification, you can just do simplification when you do the complex thing first. Okay, so you do the like hand first, the real thing, the real joints and this stuff, um, and then you abstract from there. You cannot start abstract. This doesn't work the other way around. I hope this makes sense for you. Um, yeah, like simplification, you have to think about it. Simplification is, or stylization is a level of simplification, always. Yeah, and you just can simplify a real thing just in this direction, not in the other direction. You cannot like when you learn the simple thing first and then like add more realism to it. It doesn't work this way, I think. This is just my thinking about it. But yes, I would totally say like learn the real thing first because it's the easier thing. I know it sounds strange, but try it and you will find out that stylization is harder to do because it's a development process. You have to have a lot of experience in it. Like no one, like on this shield here, no one tells me, should I do this stroke or not? It's a development process. But on a real thing, there is no stroke. Okay, it's like set in the reality. It's set into stone that there is no stroke here. On a stylized character, I always can decide on my own, do I need a like stroke there or not? Okay, it's like a matter of a taste. Okay, so I do not like it. That's why I keep it away. I mean, I leave it without stroke there. Or I can say like, oh, this looks better with this stroke and this stroke, whatever. Okay, this is a development process, but the real thing has no development process. So you can like do it like you see it, or like you know it, that there is no stroke actually. I know there are artists who are telling like stylized characters are easier to do, but it's actually, to my opinion, it's not true. In my opinion, stylized characters are harder to realize. And you, of course, you do not have to fear like the real, the real anatomy. I get this question a lot. Should I learn real anatomy? And yes, a lot. Spend as much time as you can. Sorry, as much time as you can with real anatomy, learning real anatomy, and stylization is always simplification of the real thing. And yeah, you, like I said, you cannot simplify um, simplify a thing without knowing what you are simplifying there. I know many people are, many beginners are starting like drawing an anime first, and think that when they learn anime, just as an example, anime or like simple characters first, then it's enough, but it's actually not true. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, like I said, it's actually my opinion. Of course, there are many artists who have another opinion about it. They tell like realistic is harder to do, but it's actually not true, in my opinion. Because doing hard edges like this is easy, okay? But deciding or like to come to this decision process, it's not easy. Design is always decision making, like I already told, I think, in one of my streams, and of course on Patreon. I told it already that design is always decision making. And you have to have an idea of what you are deciding there. I mean, the decision process. To do hard edges and this stuff, it's just a brush there, the H polish. You can grab it and you can do hard edges there. It's not a hard thing to do. The hard thing is actually to decide where to do hard surface and where to go to do soft surface or softer surfaces. And actually to decide is it too hard or not here on like on the eyebrows. Maybe you have a customer who tells like, oh no, these hard edges there are too much. There is no wrong or right. This is what I wanted to say, like reality has a right, but in stylization you have no right or wrong. Okay, there is just a matter of taste. Do I like it or not? This is the like difference, and this is why stylization is always harder to do, because it's a matter of taste. It's design. Whoops. What happened there? I think like for a when you want to use this as a game character, this could work just like this. This could work in Fortnite or whatever you want. Like a level of stylization like this could work in these games. I think this horn here could be more like this. So yeah, here again, decision making is the key actually to a good design and to a good like result. And it's not a quick process. It's a very slow process actually. So don't think that you have to rush things or to get like to get paid for a yeah, character work. You have to be quick, or you have to be able to do characters like in one day or whatever. Actually, it's not true. Actually, you get a lot of like from a customer, from a good customer, you get a lot of time, because a good customer does want a good product, and product development is always taking time. Like printables, development of printables like these figurines, these little figurines, can take um, 3, 4, or 5 months of development. So don't think that you have to rush things and like quick sculpting or whatever. Absolutely not. You have to be good, not fast. And for this, study real anatomy. I'm still not sure about the horns here. I think they should go more out like this, like a V shape here. Uh, And yeah, when I was in Japan, I saw a lot of references to this character and this anime. This catch my eye here and there, and that's why I wanted to do this character because it's actually appealing, especially yeah, like to people like me who are more into sci-fi things. I love sci-fi, and it's a combination of sci-fi and kaiju horror things, or like not horror, but monster movies. I enjoyed like the Pacific Rim movie, the first one. I know it's a dumb like uh action movie, but it's pretty fun actually. So I enjoyed it a lot. And I like Guillermo del Toro uh as a movie maker. I liked his Hellboy a lot. So yeah, Pacific Rim was fun movie. And I like Neon how it's called Neon Genesis and Evangelion. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. It's one of the most like uh it's one of the most popular animes in Japan. Still, you see a lot references or figurines. Like Ghost in the Shell is not a lot, but um, Evangelion is a lot. Like Neon Genesis Evangelion. I don't know how to pronounce it. Um, but you see it a lot there. A lot of figurines, a lot of animes. And which I actually didn't expect is that you do not find a lot about Akira. I thought I will see a lot of Akira references like figurines and animes and mangas, but actually not that much. I was thinking it because Akira is one of the most popular anime IPs in Japan. I think it was the anime which started like in Europe or in USA started this hype about Japanese anime movies. I think it was Akira. Of course, I'm not a expert. Can be wrong. Like the same thing happens here. What to do? Like when is a game, it should be absolutely clear what to do here on the neck. Like what? How does these shields, these tiles here, connect to the rest of the neck? So you have to develop this as well when you are really serious about this industry. You have to find solutions for this for your customer. This is why customers pay you. They do not pay you just for like pretty models or whatever. They pay you actually for solutions. How does this work here? Okay, of course you can say like, okay, I have no idea how this works because I do not see it on your concept. So that's why you need a good concept art. That's why when you are a concept artist, please watch or like please make concept art that is yeah, helpful for 3D artists, for example. So do not just draw pretty girls, pretty things. Watch for things that help other artists, like 3D artists, to develop this product. So concept art is not about pretty drawings or whatever. Okay, I think I'm 2 hours or so in the stream. Let me see. Yeah, please, if you want to know something, of course you asked a lot of things, and thank you for asking, and thank you for participating. If you want to know more things, or if you want to know something about the industry or about my projects, of course I cannot tell you a lot about the projects. Maybe after they are finished, I can say more or tell you more. But you can ask, of course, about the industry, and I think for this character, for this like look development here, it's pretty good already. I could hand it like to a art director and ask him if he likes it, like this. And yeah, if this could work like a 3D print, if this matches the essential of this character here, And yeah, thank you for participating in the chat. Please like and subscribe, like always. Sorry if I was a little bit tired. Um, Next stream will be hopefully a little bit more. Like I will explain more or be more active. Uh, and yeah, I hope you learned from this uh, process, from this character, something about stylization, about general uh, general stuff from the um, yeah. I hope you found it like helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you join my next stream. I hope I can create a next stream on Thursday, and I will continue it like on Mondays and Thursdays, like before my um, trip. And yeah, I will I will do more stylized characters as well for the future. I will make a like a mixture between stylized and maybe creature stuff like this, or stylized things like this and creature um, creation like before, because I actually like the creature creation a lot. And yeah, if you have anything to add, please comment under this stream, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.